After spending almost 9 months in space, NASA astronauts Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore are finally set to return to Earth. They're expected to land by 6 p.m. on March 18. The duo will travel back aboard a SpaceX Crew Dragon spacecraft along with fellow NASA astronaut Nick Hague and Roscosmos cosmonaut Alexander Gorbunkov. For the unversed, Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore had been on the ISS since June 2024 as part of Boeing's first crew test flight of the Starliner spacecraft. However, the spacecraft suffered propulsion issues which made it unfit for the return journey. As a result, Wilmore and Williams had to remain on the ISS for a far longer than the originally planned brief mission. Their extended stay required additional supplies, including clothing and personal care items. However, Sunita Williams has now officially handed over ISS command to Russian cosmonaut Alexei Oshunin, who will lead operations for the next 6 months. The return process of the duo will be broadcast live by NASA starting Tuesday evening, beginning with hatch closure preparations. The journey back to Earth is expected to take several hours and will culminate in a parachute-assisted splashdown off the coast of Florida. One question amongst all this is gaining interest. Will NASA pay them overtime salary for their prolonged stay? According to NASA astronaut Katie Coleman, quoted by Washington, a monthly magazine, Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore might not be paid any special overtime salary for their extended stay in space. Astronauts are paid like any federal employee on a business trip. They get their regular salary, no overtime, and NASA takes care of transportation, lodging, and food. While the return marks a significant milestone, challenges are still not over for the astronauts. From an 8-day mission to nearly 9 months in space, this prolonged stay has exposed the astronauts to several physiological changes. So what are the health challenges that astronauts face after a long space mission, and what exactly happens to body after a long stay in space? Let's discuss. One of the lesser known but significant post-space health challenges is the condition known as baby feet. This phenomenon makes walking extremely uncomfortable for astronauts upon their return to Earth. This happens because in space, astronauts float instead of walking, which means their feet are not subjected to the usual pressure and friction they experience on Earth. Over time, the thick calluses on the soles of their feet, which protect against daily wear and tear, begin to soften and peel off. This results in sensitive and smooth soles, much like those of a baby. It typically takes several weeks to a few months for astronauts' feet to regain their toughness. Physical therapy, including walking on different surfaces and rehabilitation exercises, helps accelerate the process. One of the most significant challenges astronauts face after prolonged space travel is the loss of bone density and muscle mass due to the absence of gravity. According to NASA, astronauts can lose up to 1% of their bone density per month in space, making their bones weaker and more brittle. To overcome this, astronauts have to undergo months of rehabilitation, including resistance training and calcium supplementation to regain bone strength. Prolonged space missions can also affect the cardiovascular system and brain function. Without Earth's gravity, bodily fluids shift towards the head, increasing cranial pressure and affecting vision and brain health. NASA has identified a disorder called spaceflight-associated neuroocular syndrome, which causes swelling in the optic nerve, leading to vision problems. Prolonged exposure to microgravity weakens the heart muscles. Upon returning to Earth, the sudden shift in blood volume can cause dizziness, nausea, and fainting spells. Astronauts in space are exposed to high levels of cosmic radiation, which significantly increases the risk of cancer, degenerative diseases, and neurological disorders. Unlike Earth, where the atmosphere acts as a protective shield, space travelers face direct exposure to harmful radiation. As Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore prepare to land, medical experts will closely monitor their recovery, ensuring they regain full health after their historic mission. What is your opinion on the matter? Do share your thoughts with us in the comment section below.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.